I got my speakers hooked up way better than those cheesy speakers in that studio tablet. So anyway, welcome back, everyone. Gonna be a little quicker today. I got a ton. I know I seem to open with that a lot. I got a ton going on. Plus, you guys know my Nicole helps me out a lot. And Nicole was actually flying. She got stuck. I think she's stuck somewhere in Europe with a layover, and so can't help me out. But who's here for you? Who's here for you? So I'm always here for you. I may show up with a bunch of lame excuses and my Roomba talking. But, okay. Thanks, Roomba. All right, anyway. I'm here for you. So that being said, a couple things to go over. It's close. It's close. So I know I've been talking about this part-time trading book for probably a decade, like legit a decade. It's really close. Keep an eye out for that. Now, one thing I will tell you is if you want to know a lot of the strategy in the ebook, like when it comes down to like the actual nitty gritty, go to StocksToTrade.com/webinar-replay. Okay. And that's that webinar, hour-long webinar from a couple weeks ago. Nailed the call on AMD. But what I want you to do is if you watch that webinar, understand it's not about AMD. Seriously, it's not about AMD. It's about the process and the why of AMD. Okay. So anyway, StocksToTrade.com/webinar-replay. I think I've got it linked here as well. And then, and then a new podcast dropped. SteadyTrade.com. Speaking of part-time trading, this was a really fun episode talking about that idea. You know I seem to be like the only guy out there. I mean, everyone out there is like, oh, quit your job today, burn the bridges, or burn the boats, as they say, like, I think, was it Cortez? I can't remember who it was, but landed in America and they burned the boats because we ain't going back. I say the opposite, man. Too many people rush into trading. You don't have a steady income. You don't have light health insurance. You don't have days off. Anyway, SteadyTrade.com, check it out. And actually, beautiful. Alex is here. I got backup. I tell you what. Man, it's so cool to have an amazing team. I'm just a guy. I'm just an old guy that's been day trading for 15 years and yelling at a computer for 5. I am blessed, my friends. I am blessed to have an amazing team behind me. So thank you, Alex. Dave asked about, so let's get to work. Hey, I was just stalling. I was just stalling because I didn't have any help. Anyway, ASTR, this is that space contract that dropped last night. You guys know how much I love space stuff. The biggest thing I don't like about ASTR is that very vague, no numbers mentioned. Typically, those are ignores. Now, I would love to see an afternoon VWAP hold on ASTR for more of a swing idea, but wish more details in PR. You guys know I love space stuff. Slow moving swing. Disco ask about KXIN. So, KXIN is that Chinese EV play. MSTR. If you remember, we talked about, God, why do I keep doing that? MVST. MVST was the #1 swing trade idea in the SteadyTrade Team strategy session last night. Every Monday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, we break down what I consider the best swing trade of the week. Check out the SteadyTrade Team, my friends. Anyway, MVST was the one. As always, I pretty much show you these sheets every Tuesday. I know you can't read them, but if you notice, this basically checked 8 out of 10 boxes. The catalyst was a little mixed. I gave the catalyst a 6, but I gave this a solid B B minus for a setup grade. And then we talked about a 1350 entry with goal on 15, stop on 13. Anyway, EV play, I only bring that up because KXIN is EV related, and KXIN is super sketchy in Chinese, so dip and rip only. I do like it though, only as a sketch China EV play. And Jeremy asked about ZEV low floater. What's ZEV? That does not ring a bell. Oh, great. Another, hey, EVs. Here we go. What am I going to say? I told you. So all of 2020, I told you it was the longest lasting and the hottest hot sector I ever remember in 15 years. And I told you we weren't done with EVs. And here we are. So 20 million float, 6 million shares traded, blah, blah, blah. Hey, we got a PR. So this is probably the chat pump du jour. Nice. Yeah. I'm a Russian a little bit, but this is definitely a top dip and rip. Dip and rip candidate. Probably chat pump du jour. EVs, press release, 6 million shares traded, 20 million volume. It checks the boxes. So what you do now, as always, we wait for, we remember the chat pump doesn't necessarily change the approach. It just helps the dip and rip because that draws in the shorts. So as always, wait, the chat pumps usually happen right about 9 a.m. Wait for that dip at the open, and then, well, let me draw it. It's been a while since I've drawn it. And then I do need to get out of here. I got a couple contractors here that I need to work with. Okay, so we wait for it to set the HOD. We fixate on whole dollar, half dollars, which is 950 right now. We got good volume, good float. We got a PR. So then ideally, 9 a.m. chat pump. Then we're gonna look for that. This is my new favorite color. What color is this? It's not green. I like this color though. So we got that big move up to 950. Ideally, we get that weak open that does what? What does that do? Lures in shorts, because shorts love to short the low float chat pumps. And then we look for that 945 or later HOD type move, typically risking down around VWAP. So let's assume this hangs around in this area. VWAP's currently 925. Whoops, I wanted to underline that. So you'd look for those high day breaks, risk down on VWAP, 3-to-1 risk. Pistachio. Mark Sparky. Pistachio. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to go with pistachio. Gold star to Mark. Anyway, I was distracted. Standard dip and rip right out of the ebook. All right, everyone. Again, sorry about the rush. Thank you, Alex, for filling in for Nicole. Everyone thank Nicole and Alex. I couldn't do what I do without them. I've got an amazing team. Even when they're flying around to Europe, they still got my back. Take a moment to thank those that help you today. Whether that be your family, your friends, your coworkers. Be grateful. Have an abundance mindset. One of the things that drives me nuts in this world that we live in is the fixation on everything's bad. It's bad. Everybody's doom scrolling on Twitter all day long. The world is ending. No, it's not. We live in the greatest time in history. Thank those that help you out. Thank those that your friends, your family, your coworkers. Give a little time to be grateful. All right. Have a good day, my friends. And I still don't have the outro music, so you'll get dead air for a few minutes. All right, have a great day. Check out the podcast. Check out the webinar replay, and we will see you next time. Pistachio. Ooh, is that right? I'm curious. Pistachio color. Ooh, well done. Mark knows his color. Well done, Mark.